All right, friends, we're having a bit of a crisis. We are having a crisis. So, if you've been following my vlogs, I have not had the best reading month. A lot happened. My focus kind of sucked, but I want to kind of start fresh. I always say, like, when I start a new month, I'm going to kind of give myself better juju. So, I don't think I've ever done a vlog like this, and I kind of want to do a series because I've really been struggling for 5 stars. Nothing I've been reading has really been capturing me. So the theme of this, reading till I get a 5 star, I have off for the next 4 days, which is really exciting, is just to read until I get a 5 star. But I'm going to do it a little bit different, and I'm going to do one that is purely library based. So I went to the library, I got a bunch of books, all different genres. I have some audios as well connected to them as well. I have another one that I'm going to mention, but I like physically bought it, but I got the audio. And we're just going to see, because I need something to hit and for me to feel connected, and it's just not happening. So I have A Cozy Baking Spirit Bright by Sarah Fox. This is probably not going to get read, but I did get it from the library. I also have the audio for Second Dukes the Charm by Kate Bateman. This is a historical romance. I haven't been listening to anything either. I'm gonna do the 3 that I think I'm gonna pick first. That's at the end. The Simple Art of Flying by Corey Leonardo. I heard about this from Amy's Bookish Life. If I remember when I post this, I will like link her below. But this I heard is like a very, very calm, sweet middle grade that has some heart. That intrigued me when I heard about it. I also picked up a copy of Belgrade by Jamie Lilac. This kind of gives me Regency vibes, but Bridgerton is coming out. This may work. I don't know. I also picked up a copy of Flower and Thorn by Raya Matrida. This is One Girl, One Boy, A Promise Broken, Magic Stolen. So this one might get read. I have no idea. The next couple of books I think are the ones that I'm probably going to read immediately. Like, these are going to be the one I'm going to choose. I'm not going to make a decision tonight, but these are the ones that, like, right now I'm probably most interested in reading. So we have Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. I got this. It's only a 14-day hold, so I would have to read it relatively quickly if I'm gonna read it. So this one might get read. I don't know. And then I have an adult fantasy. These have like holds, so I may have to read it like quickly. The Dragon Rider by Taryn Maharan. I may read this one first. I don't know. I don't have the best luck with adult fantasy, but it has some prompts, so I'm excited to try this. And the 2 that I think I'm going to start first, one is Call for the Fox by Michaela Grabo. I just got this. It's so pretty. And also The Hedge Witch of Fox Hall by Anna Bright. So I'm going to choose between these 2 first. And I don't know. I haven't read any of these authors. So I'm decided of going in blind. Yeah, that's where we're at. And if I do pick up an audiobook this weekend or this 4 days, it will be something from my library to just kind of go with the theme. I just want to feel something when I'm reading books, and it's not happening right now, and I'm so frustrated. Yeah, I'm gonna pick one of these 2 tomorrow. I don't know which one, but I just want to pick something. So yeah, if I had to pick right now, I would probably pick The Hedge Witch of Foxhall first, just because it sounds interesting to me, but I could really read both of these. So when I make a decision in the morning, I will come to you guys. We will have a chat, and then I'm going to start reading. And hopefully one of these books is a 5-star read. I'm not going to stop reading until I have a 5-star read. If I have to go back to the library and get more books, I will do that. That is fine. But the couple of books that I most want to get to, I'll be honest, like for this vlog, would be Call for the Fox, The Hedge Witch of Fox Hollow, Daughter of Mine, and Dragon Rider. So that's kind of where I'm going to put all my eggs into a basket. But at this point, I'm open for anything. I will see you guys in the morrow. Bye. Hi, Book Dragons. I'm back. I actually did get some reading done, and I actually feel like I like this book a lot, so I'm actually content. So it's The Hedge Witch of Fox Hall that I picked up, and I'm about, I don't know, like 68 pages into it. I'm enjoying it right off the bat. It's very, like, It's kind of a narrative style that I like. I like a clear narrative style, especially because I've been so in like my own head and not like reading a ton of fantasy. This book makes sense to me. I've only read about 68 pages and I think the plot will kind of come, but you basically follow 3 characters. So you follow, they all have really, really hard to say names. So you have Fionn, who is a hedge witch, and she's kind of a little bit isolated from her family. She has a familiar that she works with, but she's kind of a hedge witch. And then you have 2 princes. You have, I also love a lot of point of view, to be honest. We have Taliesin, who is the younger prince, and this society, like, or this kind of world, who your like the king's son is, like who the ruler is going to be, is that the king chooses. It's not based on how old you are, which I think is interesting, and also bastards can apply, which I think is interesting. And then you have the other son, David, which is actually easier that I actually know how to say it. And they're all sort of dealing with the consequences. So basically one of these brothers is going to become the ruler, and the other brother is going to become, he like kind of goes around and he kind of like works with the magic. So I think that's interesting. And right off the bat, the second prince, the prince that really, really wants to be the ruler, is kind of engaging with the head witch because something happened and the head witch is really, really mad. So I'm intrigued right off the bat. That was like a really, really bad summary, but I haven't really got to the plot yet. Like I'm only like 68 pages in. So, but I like it. I like the magic. I like how different the characters, I like how different point of view the characters have. You're also, there's also like a start. It's funny because no one in the story is called a bard, which is for our fantasy bingo prompt. But every chapter, a lot of them start with like little quotes at the top, like little like songs, and they have songs kind of throughout the story. I'm liking it. So that's really exciting. So I'm going to probably read to page 100 and then I will probably like have some more to tell you. I also don't know what I'm in the mood to watch right now. I think what I might do is I might just take tonight and just kind of catch up on just some YouTube videos that like people are trying to post their May TBRs. And that's normally what I want to watch. I may pick a show. I don't really know. I was going to watch Lord of the Rings and then I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to watch. Sorry, you see my dog walking back and forth. But yeah, that is my decision. I'm really happy that I picked this one up. I'm really happy that I got it from the library. I'm going shopping with one of my friends tomorrow. We're going to go to the city. Hopefully it doesn't rain. And I will see you guys when I get to page 100. Hopefully with more plot. Right now, I like the characters. They're eventually going to be forced to work together. There was a little bit of an upsetting scene. I will say that. I'll say that in the trigger warnings at the end. But it's cute so far. I like it. And I like reluctant allies to more. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. What happened? Hey book dragons, I'm back. It's Sunday. And I'll be honest, this weekend did not go according to plan. I did not get a ton of reading done. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of change up the theme of this vlog. I'm going to see how many library books I can read in 48 hours starting now. So it's 6:45. So this vlog will end 6:45 on Tuesday night because that's when I go back to work. I go back to work on Wednesday. And yeah, I mean, the first part of the vlog is still true. I'm going to try to read as many library books as I can. I'm going to listen to something for the next 2 days starting tomorrow. I may start it tonight if I decide I want to diamond paint a little bit. Because I want to read. I want to be motivated. I'm giving myself a bookish staycation where I just kind of read for 2 days, relax, rejuvenate. I know the next 2 months are going to be a bit chaotic, especially because I'm putting up a drama show at some point. So I went shopping with my friends today. I just filmed a book haul that will be going up in a couple of weeks. You guys can see all the books I got. But I did wind up getting up to page 116 in the Edge Witch of Witchbox haul. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having a super fun time with it. I like that we get 3 very different point of view characters and they're so different. Especially their view on magic and especially on how they're forced to work together. So you have your main character, Prince Talisman, who he is kind of forced to work against his brother to kind of figure out who is going to kind of lead this kingdom. Then you have a hedge witch who kind of does things out of order because she does not believe in how her coven does things. And then you have Prince Talisman's brother David, who they're kind of competing. So Tal and oh god, what is her name? Their names are like a little bit harder to say. I think we have David, and then we have, oh my god, what is her name? Now I can't remember her name. Fionn. So those are the 3 characters, and now Tal and Fionn are kind of forced to work together. They have very different views about magic, and I can spy a romance viewing. I just really, really like it. There also is dragons in this, and the society is sort of losing magic, and Prince Tal doesn't really like magic. He's very, very leery of it, but his counterpart, Fionn, really does like magic, and she's a witch, and she's trying to bring magic back. So they're kind of working together, but they have kind of adverse goals. I'm really enjoying it. My next goal is to get up to page like 150, which I hope I can do by tonight. That is like the secret plan, and I'll give you guys an update. I want to get back into it because I haven't been reading as much today as I wanted. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely reading more fairy tale-esque. Definitely has a solid narrative. It definitely has a plot. Definitely has 3 solid characters that are fleshed out. All of those things I have been missing in my current reads, and I think this book is going to work for me. So when I get up to page 150, I will give you guys an update and a time check. So the clock starts now. I will see you guys for my next update, and let's see how many books I can read from the library in 48 hours. It has been so long since I've been able to sit outside and read, and I'm just soaking it up this weekend. I don't even know if it's going to be nice tomorrow, but today it is gorgeous. And we don't currently have a table out here because my dad broke it, so I'm in like a little bit of a weird setup, and I would diamond paint out here, but we don't have anywhere to sit, and it's just a gorgeous day. So I think I'm just going to read out here. I might like go in a little bit and like craft inside, but I did wind up getting up to page 254 in The Head Witch of Foxhall. I am enjoying it. I think it's a solid read. The characters are all getting so interconnected, and I think that that's like really interesting because you see 3 very different characters, and that's what I tend to like about fantasy books, when you have 3 very different characters from 3 very, very different experiences with 3 different wants and desires, because I think it just expands the world. But they're all sort of working for the same objective. So like you're working for the same objective with like a twist. You have 2 brothers that are competing. You have a hedge witch who doesn't want to do the normal hedge witch things. And it's just very, very captivating. Like it's a very, very quick read. Again, I'm really liking it. It's very, very springy. Like I think it just has spring vibes. They also are, it's a very, very expansive world with a lot of characters. But because those characters are not like traditional like characters that we know, you have like a dragon, you have like dragons are the only creature that I really know. Everything else is just kind of made up, and I think that the world needed to be expanded a little bit more for me to feel that connected to these mystical characters, but I am having a really, really fun time. So my goal is to read to like page 300 maybe and give you guys another check-in, but right now it's 12:54. I am also really liking the reappearance of Rachel Price, which I finally got to the part where she came back, and that's intriguing. Like I'm very intrigued by that. I definitely am going to craft a little bit later if the puppy does not want to go to a walk. It's very, very hot, and she does not like heat, so I don't know if she's going to want to go for a walk later, but we can try. She might want to go for a walk. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to go make a bit more progress. I'm going to go read to page like 300. I'm using today as my booktube day. I'm not really watching anything because I can't really watch anything outside because it's like very, very glary. But I'm going to try to catch up on all the booktube videos that I wanted to watch, so I go into May with a less to watch queue because there's just a lot that's going to be happening in May. I know that going into the month. So yeah, I'm going to go read about 50 more pages of this, and then I'll give you guys another update. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a bit of an update. Last night I did wind up reading a bit more of The Head Witch of Foxhall. I got up to page 150. I'm really liking it. I will say this, the world in this like society I don't think has been explained super well, so I feel like I'm always running up against things that like I don't really understand. But through context clues, I think that I'm understanding it. Like, it's definitely magic based, and there's definitely 3 characters that have very, very opposite point of views. There is definitely people forced to work together. I do like it. I just feel like the world could have been a bit clearer because I feel like a little bit lost, but I'm loving the reading experience. So, got up to page 150 in this. My goal is to read another 50 pages and then give you guys a time check. It's pretty early. It's like 8 o'clock, which is normally when I'm up and at 'em for work anyway. And then I wound up reading about 50 pages in The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, which I got the audio from my Libby, I think. And I'm having a fun time. If you don't know anything about me, I love I don't love them. I find disappearances like captivating. They've always captivated me. I can watch like a disappearance case and try to solve them. That's why like for so long I was obsessed with like true crime YouTube. Not like the murder side of it, but the like the disappearances, just because I think coming up with theories about that is very, very interesting and fascinating. So this follows a family. Her name is Belle and she's 18 years old. Her mother went missing when she was much younger, like very, very little. I think her mother went missing when she was like 2. And she was with her mother when her mother disappeared, but she has no memory of it. So fast forward 18 years later, her dad was basically put on trial for the murder or the disappearance because everyone thought that her dad was heavily involved. He was found acquitted. So now 18 years later, a true crime documentary is going to come in and do like a retrospective on the case. And that's where we are. That's where we're at right now. I read about 50 pages. I'm loving the audiobook. Like I really am liking it. It's not really multimedia. Like I'm just kind of paging through the book and there's nothing really multimedia about it, but I am enjoying it. I think I will like it. I really liked Holly Jackson's the first 2 books in the Good Girl Guide to Murder series, and then I struggled a lot with book 3 and I didn't hear the best things about 5 Survive. But this one was intriguing me, so I decided to pick it up. So my goal is to, it's a beautiful day. Like I literally like got my shorts on. I'm really, really excited for today and tomorrow to be beautiful. So my plan is to read this today and to also read this today. That is my tentative plan. So I will give you guys an update when I read about 50 more pages of this and get up to like page like 200. But I am liking it. I do like the characters. I think the story is really, really interesting. I just think the world building could have been a little bit clearer, or, you know, they also have like words that like are not, you know, they have to be like translated. So I think that that also is a little bit confusing, but I am liking the story. I just don't think it's going to be a 5-star read, which means we're going to have to keep reading. So I will talk to you guys soon when I have another update. Bye, Book Dragons. Hi, Book Dragons. Sorry if you can't really see me. I think you should see me fine, but my ring light broke and I don't have time tomorrow to go get a new one. So I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit later. But I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I did wind up getting up to page 308 in the Hedge Witch of Fox Hollow. I'm enjoying it. I think that we're finally getting to the crux of the story, and it's a very different type of story. Tal, the prince, is very, very afraid of magic, and the other 2 characters, his brother and the Hedge Witch, are like not. So I think that's a very interesting dynamic. I'm still a little bit confused about like the world in general. I think the world could have been explained a little bit better. I kind of said that. But I like the characters. I think it's a fun read. I think it's a fun time. I think the characters' dynamics are becoming more complicated as the story progresses, which I'm impressed by. So I hope to finish this book today, to be very honest. I'm on 308, and this book is like, I can read 100 pages before the end of the evening. That is the plan. And then I'm going to kind of decide what I want to focus on tomorrow. If I want to do another fantasy, if I want to do something different, because I only really have tomorrow to finish, and I would like to finish a book tomorrow. And then go into May fresh. I really like to do that in my wrap-ups and stuff like that. And also at some point tomorrow, I'll kind of turn this into a reset vlog. We'll reassess my goals and stuff for May. May's going to be a bit chaotic. I know that going into it. And then I also got up to chapter 13 in the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I feel like there's more going on in this story that I'm like aware of, because we're kind of coming in at the middle. Like Belle is doing a documentary about her mom's disappearance, and then she comes back. But Belle's reaction to her mom coming back and Belle's dad reaction to her mom coming back is like very, very suspicious to me, because like it's just like weird. I don't know. I feel like things are happening and I'm like, why would you think that? So I'm intrigued like why Belle's reacting this way to her mom, but like we've only had her mom on page for like 20 pages. So it's compelling. Like I want to keep listening. I'm probably going to listen to it tonight before bed, because I can diamond paint with it a little bit. But I'm intrigued. Like I don't know where the story is going to go, but it is intriguing me. I just think her reaction to her mom coming back, that reaction is just different. I'll say that. I didn't really expect that. Like her mom was telling a story to someone and then she told it differently and she's like immediately suspicious. So I'm intrigued. I only read about 112 pages. But I do like Holly Jackson's writing style, but like her characters are so overly inquisitive. If my mom came back from missing, I would just be happy, but that's not in Belle's DNA apparently. But I am intrigued like what like her dad's reaction. There's also still the like the documentary element. But it's a very like insular story. You really only have Belle as a main character, which is interesting. Is not my favorite way to read a story. The reason that I liked the Good Girl Guides to Murder series was that we had a nice full cast of characters, and right now we really don't have that. So I'll be curious to see if that changes. But I will see you guys when I finish The Head Witch of Hawks Hall. And if I make any more progress on this, I will give you guys an update. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I'm back. So I did want to say that I did wind up finishing The Head Witch of Fox Hall, and I gave this book 4 stars. I thought this was like a solid read. I really enjoyed it, and I think because it was a historical fantasy, I think I sort of understand my issues. I don't think the world was as fleshed out as it needed to be. I don't think there was enough explanation for my world. Because of that, as much as I love the characters, as much as I wanted to enjoy the plot, I felt like I was missing a bit of key information. I almost wish the note at the end was in the beginning and we just had a more fleshed out glossary rather than just telling us how to pronounce the names. Like, give us like a bit of context is what I think I wish had happened, which didn't. Sorry, you're gonna hear sprints in the background. Give me a second. Sorry, Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy came back from sprints, and her thing is very, very loud, and I don't want to get in trouble for showing her video. But I did like it. I think this is going to be a 4-star read for me, a solid 4-star. I would definitely read more by this author in the future, but it was a fun time. I enjoyed it. So now tomorrow's my last day off before my life gets a bit crazy. I'm still on chapter 13 in The Reappearance of Rachel Price. This is probably going to be my book tomorrow. Oh, I have to do my bullet journal stuff later before I head to bed. I'm trying to get better at doing my bullet journal. So now the choice is I have to basically pick a book that I'm going to finish tomorrow, because I start the Escape the Readathon on Wednesday, and I know a prom's gonna jump. So I am torn between these 3 books. They're not fantasy, which makes me a bit nervous because it's really what I'm in the mood for. But I also want to read something quick so I can kind of start Amazing Readathon fresh tomorrow. So I'm deciding between Belgrade by Jamie Lilac. If Evie Clemente is an everyday brioche, then Belbe is a glossy sugar-dusted macaroon, beautiful on the outside and mostly air on the inside. This is The Baker's Daughter, and it's kind of like Bridgerton-esque. This is the one that Amy from Amy's Book It Life recommended, The Simple Art of Flying, which she gave very, very high reviews. She really, really liked it. And also Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda is one of those books that I only have a 14-day hold on. And I have really not found a thriller that I love. Like, all the thrillers I read this month, I like The Wishing Game probably the least and the most, and that was more of a mystery. I'm also reading this, and this I am really enjoying. So I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards one of these. So I think I'm going to read both summaries, and then I'm going to come back with kind of a plan. This is like a very, very big font. It's just massive, and this is sort of not. But I want to read the summary a little bit and see if I think I'm going to like it. And then I think I'm going to choose between these 2. But yeah, so that's sort of my thoughts. And then tomorrow, I finish these both and then call it a day, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Tomorrow is like, I'm gonna kind of let myself read until like 6, and then I'm gonna kind of get ready for work and be like a good person. But I finished a book today, which is really, really good. All right, so I'm gonna go make the decision on these 2 books, and then I'll come back and we'll have a decision, and then I will give you guys my thoughts about which one I'm going to start. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe it's the end of May. Alright, when I have a solid decision, I will report back. Bye. So, I think what I'm going to do, because I have had a hard time feeling connected to books, I think I'm going to pick up The Simple Art of Flying by Cory Leonardo. I got this book from Amy's Bookish Life, and I'm going to pick it up. If it's also like really, really big printed, so it's possible I will finish this relatively early. It's not illustrated, I don't think, but it's about these 2 parrots, and they both get adopted by like very, very different families, and Alistair wants to kind of go to his family, but he gets adopted. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna give it a shot, see how I like it. If I really don't like it, I'll stop reading it, but Amy from Amy's Bookish Life has recommended it and I want to support her, so I'll be sure to link her below. And I will also list Kristen Crave's books below. She's the one that told me about the Hedwig of Fox Hollow. She was in one of her recommendation videos or one of her pre-order videos. So I'm gonna go start this. I'm gonna go read, I don't know, maybe like 50 pages. I'll get to up to chapter 5, and I'll give you guys an update. I hope I like it. So that is my plan. I will talk to you guys once I have a update. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I just want to give you a quick update. I am getting to the end of this vlog, I think, because I'm going to probably finish at least one of these 2 books. So Simple Art of Flying, I'm on part 3, which means I'm like, I don't know, like 170 pages into it. I am intrigued. I do like the characters, just a little bit slow going. And because we have so many different point of views and the really only narrative story you get is from the birds and you get from Alistair, and he's a very, very persnickety character, I'm enjoying it. I think I'll definitely finish this. This will probably be my last book I finished in the month of April, but it's a cute read. I think it's going to be very, very heartwarming. The birds are separated right now and we're having some issues with their dynamics and relationship, but it's very, very cute. Now on to the reappearance of Rachel Price. I am about 206 pages into this, which means I'm about 45% in, which means I'm going to stop reading this for the rest of the vlog, and I'm going to pick it up in my next vlog when I pick up a popcorn read for Escape the Readathon. I'm liking it. I think the character is very, very off-putting to me. She's a very unlikable character, and she's not that warm and inviting, and I like feel like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. There was a twist kind of coming that I'm like intrigued by, so I'll definitely keep reading it, but she's not like the character that like I like to read about, but I'm intrigued, so I'm gonna keep reading it. This will be out tomorrow read. So my goal for tonight is to finish this book, The Simple Art of Flying, and then sort of maybe start my Escape the Readathon vlog a little bit early, just because I know the book I'm gonna have to read is an intimidating read. That's the prompt we've all chose to start with, I think we chose to start with that. So yeah, I think we're gonna start with that. So I have a book for that I'm gonna start with. But yeah, my goal is to finish this. So I'm gonna read up to page 250 pages, and then I'll give you guys like another update on this. Again, it's very, very quick. The font is super, super big. Half of it is also told into poetry, so I think if you're a school teacher looking for a book that tells you about poetry loosely inspired by other poets, I think this would be a good starting point for your class. And the characters are fun. I think you also have very different like narrative styles. You have letters, you have doctor journals, and then you have a narrative style told through animals. So again, I think this would be great for like a class. I think that's why Amy's Bookish Life read it, because she teaches elementary school or middle school, and they do read alouds. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading this, and I will give you guys an update when I can, when I get up to page 256. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I'm back. I think I'm going to sort of cut this vlog a tiny bit short. Oh, I did grab my book. I did not have the best reading month in April. I really, really failed at a lot of things. So I think I'm going to DNF The Simple Art of Flying, and it has nothing to do with it. I am just not in the mood to read a contemporary middle grade. It is probably my least favorite type of middle grade to read, but I wanted to give it a shot, especially because Amy's Bookish Life did recommend it, but I'm just not in the mood. If I can get the audio at some point, I might grab it. I think I might like the audio a little bit better. But yeah, so I wound up reading about 100 pages of this. I just don't want to keep reading. I want to be motivated to keep reading. And yeah, so in this vlog, I did finish reading, what did I finish reading? What did I finish reading yesterday? Oh, I can't even remember. Oh yes, I read, the Hedwig of Fox Hall, which I gave 4 stars. This would have been a 3-star read, honestly. And then I read about 50% of the reappearance of Rachel Price, which honestly I'm not loving, but I think the payoff of this one will be a bit bigger. And I know that, you know, I will be on the move for that. So I'm gonna go start my first Escape the Readathon vlog and kind of get that started, because I know the end of this week is gonna be chaotic because I'm heading back to work and I wanna have a little bit of content, because I know when I weekly vlog during the week, I don't have a ton of content. So I'm gonna go start that, and I will see you guys for my next video. Let me know, how was your April? I would love to know. I know I said that I was going to do my goals and stuff for April. I think I'm going to do that in my weekend reading vlog or my next reading vlog, just so I can like have a moment to think about it, and I don't really have the time right now. But I will see you guys for my next video.